we have a $10 donation from Marty Boat. Big fan of both CovertMuffin and Warcraft 3. Let's get this incentive met. And with that, we are all ready to go on setup, so I hope you are all as hype as CovertMuffin and I are for Warcraft 3, so let's go.
Hello, GDQ viewers. My screen name is CovertMuffin, and we are back here at AGDQ 2021 to feature Warcraft 3 Reign of Chaos in the final campaign of this base game itself. Of course, there's a few more in the Frozen Throne itself, but this is kind of one of the biggest parts of the story and what made me fall in love with the game as a young little muffin back in the day, but also just something I'm so proud. We've had 5 GDQ performances of Warcraft 3 so far, and this one is probably going to be pretty special for me. That being said, in the Night Elf campaign, we're going to have 7 missions, and so that's right, you have 6 missions to be able to unlock the Archimond kill incentive, which I believe we are just about $30,000 away from meeting that. I am so excited. Please allow me to show this off. It's spectacular. But that being said, I am ready on time. If you guys are, great. Okay, starting in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, great. So coming into here, I'm going to be mashing escape to skip this cutscene here. Then right at the start, if you're unfamiliar with Warcraft 3, we're going to have a number of units because this is known as an RTS game. All right, and in an RTS game, we're going to have these primary hero units as well as a bunch of army units. And so the goal is going to be to control these, basically move them around the map in order to be able to complete an objective. So over here, as I draw this box, you're going to notice various hints as well as primary objectives that are going to be showing up. So the goal with this first mission is going to be to kill this paladin over here. Then also on top of this, I am also going to be doing a few other things, picking up some items, which I'm going to get from breaking this tent. So heroes have 6 item slots here. And boom, I just picked up some healing wards. I'm going to quick save the game. So if I attack a unit, I basically make all these guys mad, which is also known as drawing aggro. So when these enemies aggro onto me, they're going to keep following me as long as I continue to attack one of the units every 5 seconds. Also, there's the stipulation that I have to keep them close enough to hit me, but I'm trying to keep the hero just slightly behind these first few units. Okay, this looks good. I'm going to save again. And it's very important that I don't click on one of the footmen. If I click on one of the footmen, what will end up happening is a bunch of extra units will end up spawning, and then it's bad. And the other thing I was doing was actually single targeting that one grunt in order for that paladin to heal them. What this is actually going to cause them to do. Yeah, there we go. Okay, great. I'm gonna wait for him to get far enough away, and then we're gonna start. Okay, awesome. So attacking this paladin now is going to cause him to activate Divine Shield, so he's invulnerable to all damage, and I'm not allowed to target him. However, you'll notice that he isn't running back to the base. So if I break aggro, they go back to a certain checkpoint, okay? However, but because I got this paladin to use a single spell, it ended up causing the paladin to set a new checkpoint for them to run back to after aggro stops. So I'm basically able to keep him here while the army runs all the way back to the base. That was very good. I was expecting, because my hands are shaking because I'm so nervous, to fail this multiple times and have to restart the mission, but that was great. So other things to really explain is in the Night Elf campaign compared to the Orc, Undead, and Human campaigns you may have seen at previous GDQs is you'll notice that our first beginning unit is actually a ranged unit. The Night Elf campaign is the only one that has a ranged unit as the first unit, as we see the main quest completed. Then we also, most of our buildings are able to move around, and we're going to be using this to great extent throughout the campaign. Okay, so here we go. I'm just going to focus really quick.
As the goddess
no. Okay, so in this mission, it's really important that Tyrande moves, our hero, moves immediately after I gain control of her. If she doesn't...
So be it.
Okay, that was a little bit better. We'll try this. We might have to restart the mission again. Because right as I start this mission, I'm trying to catch a really specific cycle, as these guys are going to be patrolling around trying to catch me off guard. So there, I'm going to save, and then we'll try for this. No. Okay. All right, I'm going to try doing the quick save. We might just have to restart the mission. This is really particular. Okay, this might work. This is really scary. Okay, you got by. Okay, save.
As
go.
the goddess
Okay, so if one of them aggroes on me, what they'll do is they'll cast a spell. Oh, this is the tight part. Okay, it's not over yet. It's not over yet. I'm going to try and get one more item.
So be it.
Oh, come on. Oh my, all right, that was unbelievably close. I cannot tell you how insanely close that was. So if he had cast cripple there, I would have like moved at a crawl pace and would have had to like reload all the way back and maybe restarted the mission. So I'm really glad that didn't happen. But he went to cast the spell and then I just barely got out of range. Oh my goodness, all right, we're in there.
Yours to command.
Okay. Now let's do this and bring the archers up. No, you should be hockey one. Okay. So basically, as I'm going to be controlling multiple groups of units simultaneously, it's really important that I split these up into different control groups. So I have to hotkey all of these from scratch, which I can do by pressing Control and one of my number keys. And then pressing that number key will go to control those specific units. And so this is a way that we can actually micromanage our characters. Okay, this is okay. We only got 2 archers alive, but that's okay. Okay, so now that the gate is broken, I'm gonna move Tyrande forward. And then I'm going to add those to the control group with Tyrande. So here, as I mentioned in the first mission, we can actually skip dialogue using escape. Up here, and a lot of different features in these campaigns, is known as a trigger-based system. So as long as there isn't a dialogue happening from a certain character, and I come up to this door here, what'll end up happening is it opens the door immediately, like a little bit sooner. And that is actually incredibly important in order to go fast. Otherwise, I have to wait like 10 seconds-ish, maybe a little bit longer, maybe a little bit less.
As the goddess will.
Then coming over here, what we're going to be doing is grabbing these ballistae, which are also known as glaive throwers, but they also refer to them as ballistas in the game itself. Then here, what I'm going to end up doing is taking these ballistae and attacking this third tower. Then having Tyrande attack and these huntresses in army building, what'll end up happening is most of these units are, as you can see, ignoring the huntresses and running after the ballistae. And this was found by a runner whose screen name is Blast Report. And this is sort of a common mechanic of attacking allied units to take aggro away from my enemy units. Then attacking this gate is going to bring me into this end base, hit the trigger to spawn the end cutscene of the mission, and voila. We are already 2 missions down going into mission number 3. So going into the 3rd mission of 7, how are we doing on that donation incentive there, Musical Daredevil?
One moment, let me refresh the tracker. It looks like we are at 30,000 out of 50,000. We only have 20,000 left to go.
Wow, that's pretty incredible. Thank you guys so much for donating towards that. It's like, it's very, very hyped, and as a little bit of a, we'll do it. As a mini spoiler, I can promise you that it's going to be quite the explosive finish to the run. Ding! Awesome. So here, coming into this mission, we actually have production structures. So this Ancient of War is another building that can actually move around, is going to be the primary army building thing that you're going to see throughout the run. Yeah, I'm just gonna do old strat. So last night at like 1 a.m. in the morning, I ended up finding a faster strat for this mission that I guess some other people knew in the community, but basically I'm not gonna go for it because it's, oh crap, I just messed up. It is not very safe for me.
I heed the voice of
Whoops, did I mess up? I did, okay.
Someone threatens
So
the
it's
light.
incredibly important that I continue to make huntresses as fast as possible, because not only do they move fast, but they also attack very, very well. And then you'll also notice that in single player, huntresses actually start with glaive throw just as a passive ability. You don't actually have to research it in the campaign. And this allows us to bounce attacks. So in upcoming sort of group engagements, it's going to be really useful to use that bounce attack in order to kill units a little bit quicker. Then what I'm actually going to end up doing is leveling up Tyrande. And you'll notice that Tyrande actually went from level 1 all the way to level 4. And you might think that's a little bit weird, but actually in the campaigns itself, if you don't level up a unit and you go to a future mission, it'll actually skip levels. So not only did I have to spend less experience per level, but I got like past 2 levels just simply because I upgraded the unit at a little bit of a later time. So that's a really, really cool strat. And that actually comes into play in some of the other campaigns as well.
In position.
The goddess
All right, so here what I'm actually going to do for a little bit of marathon safety is I'm going to end up coming up here, taking a bit of an extra engagement. I am going to, I'm just gonna make sure, yeah, okay. So I wanted to make sure the Wyvern wasn't following us, but the Blade Master was. Then I'm going to attack this grunt once to maintain aggro. Oh, that's why my gold is low, right. And I am actually going to kill this Blade Master. We're just trying to figure out, okay, there's the real one. Okay. I'm gonna activate an ability on Tyrande. Oh, no. Oh, run! Run away! Box him out! No. No, she died! Oh, I almost salvaged that. All right, that's okay. That's okay. That's all right. It's a marathon. Things like that happen. So what I'll do is I'll take a bit of a slower level. I am sorry, not Boxer, but Blast Report if you're watching this. Blast Report is somebody in the community. Major shout outs to them. He has definitely pushed me a good amount to try and push myself to do things that I may or may not feel comfortable doing in various settings. So major shout outs to them. They are somebody who definitely has done a lot for the community, especially with various levels. So I am going to bring this Huntress up and I'm going to do something a little bit of for a little bit of extra safety as well. Now I'm going to start setting up my units, which is actually going to be really important. So units in this game actually move at various different speeds. So it's going to be incredibly important that there are 2 conditions. One is that things are not bordering each other. And the second is that they have a little bit space and distance between them. All right, so here is the little bit of extra safety. I'm going to quick save here. And I'm just going to bring all these wisps in and have them have a party. Yep, so they're now going to be having a party. And I'm going to start running everything all the way through. Yep, there they go. Ooh, look at these tasty wisps. Yes, definitely attack those instead of my army units.
Elves are stronger than we thought.
Okay. Next what I'm going to do is I'm going to have damaged units in the back end up attacking higher health units that are in the front. Because attacking your own unit actually is a way of taking away enemy aggro. Then I'm going to be spamming right click here and hoping that those red dots move away. Please go away. Please go away. Okay, they went away. All right. All right, we got it. And then I'm going to start these engagements after quick saving. Great, okay. So now that I ran past that orc base, because I did not actually need to take it down at all, I am going to be immediately going into this protector phase for attacking. The main objective is going to be killing these 3 protectors and then bringing Tyrande to an end spot in the mission. Next, this first protector, it's no problem. They just cast a buff and they cast sleep, which we can easily despawn ourselves. And then I'm going to bring Tyrande and 3 to 5 units in order to lure this Nova attack from the enemy boss onto Tyrande itself. Next, placing down another healing ward, going to bait out that other Frost Nova once again on Tyrande itself, and then focus firing the boss to take them down. Oh, okay, so they actually ended up getting 100s. No problem. No problem. All right. The other thing to mention is that we actually got access to Dryads in this mission, and Dryads are really useful because they deal good damage. However, they end up having lower health. But also they have a slow debuff and are magic immune, which is very, very, very useful. Next, bringing Tyrande up, I'm going to focus fire this owl bear first, which has antlers, so it's like half owl, half bear, half deer, owl bear deer, something like that. Because it ends up having a stomp ability, and I do not want it to be able to perma-stun. But basically, I'm just going to be taking out this final boss here, and then we're going to be moving into Mission 4. That being said, this is an excellent time to read off, why don't we say 2 donations?
All right, well, I do have one long one here from Ariel for $2,021.
Wow, thank you. Ariel's donated during every single one of my runs, so it's great to hear this. All right, go on, Daredevil.
This is one heck of a weird Ori rando seed. In all seriousness, though, I'm always hyped to see CovertMuffin on the GDQ stream because he always brings such enthusiasm and joy to the event and the community. Muffin, we all appreciate the time and effort you put in to create a great show for a great cause. Take a bath, save the fuahahas, and kill the Archimons. Let's do it, chat. Get those donations in.
Thank you so much, Ariel. It's so great to hear from you, and thank you so much for the donation as well. Okay. Oh, no. All right. This is okay. This is a little unfortunate bit of RNG. But that's okay. So here, what I'm doing is I'm going to be making 3 Ballistae as well as 3 Dryads. And then I'm going to take this Treant here, which I'm going to name Trent, and we are going to go on a magical journey up here. So here, I'm going to use Trent to actually activate this cutscene here and try and micro past these furbolgs in order to spawn some army units. Then we are going to move over. And as I mentioned, yep, so there was the trigger to spawn those units for my army. So as I mentioned, buildings can move, okay? And the objective for this information is to destroy this huge base over there. So the way we're going to be doing this is something known as a teleport displacement glitch, which is actually used in a lot of the other campaigns, including the Undead campaign especially. There's a big one in the Undead campaign. And so we'll probably explain that as we get it. Oh, the buildings are very fast. Okay. Okay, so I have to micro really, really proficiently here. All right, so there's that. Let's start the second Dryad and go. Go, 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 go. We're going to summon an owl. This is going to be important. I'll explain that a little bit later. And we're going to be summoning... Okay, so I'm going to send this owl. We're going to scout out the base. This is very, very important. But basically, on the 3rd mission, we actually ended up picking a scroll town portal, which I'm going to transfer to Furion here. We have a town structure, which is going to be what we are able to teleport to. So this Tree of Ages here is going to come through, and it's going to hug these trees, because I imagine a tree eating trees is a little bit of cannibalism, and I don't think Blizzard would put that in one of their games. So they're totally hugging the trees. However, it is quite strong, and so the hugs might be a little bit too powerful.
So be it.
Okay. So here, also, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to set these up in a really specific fashion, and this is going to make sense. But yeah, there we go. We're definitely hugging the trees. Definitely not eating those trees. Yep. There we go. All right, and here we go. Okay. So here, bring these a little bit closer. Bring you down. Bring you down into the front. You into the front. You down into the right. Archers. We're going to stand up like this. The Dryad here, and Furion's going to come down here. The last Ballista is a little bit late, so hopefully the tree doesn't get attacked. Oh, did I? Uh-oh. Okay, I hope that's going to be okay. If not, we're just... Hopefully that's going to still work. Okay, we have to move this Ballista into the spot. Close while this is going on. Okay. All right.
The land and I
All right.
are
That
one.
looks. That's.
Waiting on you.
It's okay.
I heed
All
the
right,
voice
it's okay.
of
It's
the
gonna work. It's gonna work. Just have to.
In position.
As the goddess
And
wills.
you a little bit over further to
Sleep
the right,
dulled my
and
senses.
you to the left. Okay. So now that I scouted out this
Our
area,
sacred grove is being
this tree
desecrated.
has a radius that I am allowed to cast a Scroll of Town portal. So if I cast it here, what would end up happening is all the army units would teleport right here. So what I am going to do is I am going to cast it right up here into this cliff ledge, or this cliff ledge. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And it is going to teleport all of my units. However, the closest possible walkable ground is actually going to land us in the enemy base itself. And so because of that, we're able to skip a whole bunch of triggers, which actually stops a bunch of the enemy units from spawning. And it's going to allow me to take an engagement directly in their base. Then what I'm going to do is try and keep as many of these army units alive. Use one attack from these, and I'm going to walk these ballistae forward. Because the ballistae themselves are actually really, really good at dealing damage to structure. Whereas the normal units actually deal reduced damage to the structures because the structures have fortified armor. So stutter stepping with these ballistae, which is also known as orb walking if you play MOBAs, is going to allow me to do this. Awesome. That being said, because I ended up skipping these triggers, I'm actually going to have to reactivate them. So here I have Malfurion over there, and I have Tehran right here. We are going to be moving Tehran down right now, right when this is about dead, and this is at just under half health. Then, after the first attack, I'm going to be moving Malfurion up to the end of the mission. So it's really important that I don't destroy that building. Yep, there it is. Okay. So there's the trigger, and so that spawns a bunch, this big scary hell collar, or heck collar, excuse my language, there in the end base, and then destroying this tree is going to trigger the end. And because we have Furion here at the end, you can see him turn invulnerable, and that is going to be the end of mission 4. Yes, boom. With Tehran just barely still alive. Awesome. All right. Mission number 5. Number 5. All right. And that being said, I think we started a $5 donation train for the Archimond incentive. So make sure to keep those donations coming in. Every little bit helps. And just remember that both this is for charity, which is amazing. Prevent Cancer Foundation is an amazing charity to donate towards. And all of this is going towards them and the research that they provide for early detection, as well as future research to help us defeat cancer. And that being said, how are we doing on that incentive, Daredevil?
So be it.
We have raised $36,000 towards that incentive, just a little under 14,000 to go.
Oh man, that's so close. That's so
We're so close. Let's do it.
Wow. We can do it, guys. Let's go, Twitch chat. Come on, Twitch chat. I believe in you. I believe in you so much. All right, so there I'm going to be dropping the movement boots with Tehran, and I'm going to be running this door, which is going to trigger the next part of the mission. And that being said, Daredevil, why don't I really want to hear all the donations that are coming in, especially ones that are towards the incentive. So go ahead and take away, just keep reading donations, and I'll let you know when I'm going to start explaining stuff.
Well, are you sure you're ready for donations? Because I have a $25 donation, an anonymous donation that says, "You are not prepared."
Actually, with that, there's a really funny line that's going to be coming up in about a minute. I'll point it out when we get there, but keep going.
We have a $50 donation from fellow host Mr. Game and Shout, who says, "I'm sending in this donation for 3 reasons. Number 1, CovertMuffin is an amazing human being. His runs are always entertaining, and it's good to see him back at a GDQ. Number 2, killing Archimond in Warcraft 3? That's ridiculous. I have to see it. And number 3, the Fat Chocobo plushie. Don't judge me."
In the flames of the earth.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Game and Shout. All right, so coming up here, unfortunately, we lost one of the Dryads to a silly micro whoops. But here, this cutscene sends Furion like really far back. And the next thing we're trying to accomplish is literally bringing Firion to a single spot in the mission. And then that is going to bring us to Tyrande, and then we're going to have Tyrande run to the end of the mission and take on a boss fight. But here are our bear friend arenas, and we're going to use Entangling Cuddles, which is going to cause the bears to have a nice snuggly cuddle because they've been napping for so long. And we don't want to like startle them when we wake them up initially. Then coming over here to this door, we have some like sludge monsters. It's going to be really important that I want to try and keep one of these dryads alive, or that I just get through this door really, really quickly. Otherwise, okay, good. Otherwise, they can actually end up casting slow on Firion, and that is not great. That being said, keep going, Daredevil. Keep reading the things.
We have a $10 donation from Cause, CovertMuffin, and Warcraft 3. Be still my beating heart.
Speak your mind.
We have $150 from Gooby the Newbie. I've been waiting for this run for years. Can't wait to see CovertMuffin complete this amazing game. Don't forget to tell your enemies who's your daddy.
By Elune.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Keep going, Daredevil.
So be it.
We have $25 from Calderon. Watch CovertMuffin kill Archimonde. Let's go. First Archimonde, then Cancer.
Our warriors have engaged.
And I'm just going to do a quick refresh on that incentive. We have $11,300 to go. We are so close. Let's go.
Wow, we closed like $4,000 in like a minute. Thank you guys so much. That's so awesome. That's all going to charity. Wow, I appreciate that. Well, I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw the incentive was set at like 50, like my heart like stopped beating for like a moment. I was like, oh man, can we do it? And I believe we can. Come on, Twitch chat. Get there. All right. So coming through here, I actually stood outside of the trigger zone to spawn these skeletons in order to destroy the door first. And doing so actually allowed me to get out of there. If I hadn't have done that, the skeletons would have come in to snuggle me. Because they saw that we were snuggling the bears a little bit earlier and they wanted to return the favor. But no, Tyrande's been awake for far long enough. But speaking of sleeping people, probably one of my favorite characters lore-wise from the Warcraft universe, shout-outs to Blizzard, love you guys, is going to be Illidan. So in here, we are going to end up jailbreaking Illidan out of the cell. And the way we do this, that's bad RNG. I'm just gonna use the potion to play it safe. I am going to be laying down 2 mines and then destroying them immediately. And then killing one of those owl bear deers is going to allow me to get a little bit of extra experience. But that being said, upcoming here is going to be mission 6. This is going to be intense. So this is going to be the hardest mission of the campaign. So I'm just going to try and talk as fast as I am going to be playing. So here what I'm doing is I am actually going to be splitting up my army into a few different groups. I'm going to be making one of the wisps here. Then using my mini-map, I'm going to be selecting that wisp and then moving it into a very specific spot. If that spot is a little bit off, that wisp will die and I will have to restart the mission. So let's hope that doesn't happen. Then coming over here, I am going to be unselecting Illidan and resetting the control group because Illidan is going to go off on a journey of his own, then just checking and making sure everything is all set. Yep. Then grabbing Illidan here, I'm going to be grabbing those claws, which are going to increase the damage because the end condition of the campaign itself is going to indeed be killing this big mega dreadlord that has a ton of health and is very spooky. Then dropping a quick save, I'm going to be maneuvering this wisp because there's infernals there's infernals up there, and I do not want to aggro those infernals at all. If I do, the wisp is going to end up dying, and that would be bad. Okay, and then we're going to quick save here, bring the wisp up, go back to Illidan. Then immediately after I go back to Illidan, I'm going to be attacking an egg cell, yes, and not getting boxed out by those spooky spiders. Okay, and now I'm going to control the wisp again. I'm going to quick save. Oh no. No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Kill anyone
Stay away.
Enter this place.
Stay away. No,
And
shoot.
we shall.
Shoot. I already pet you. Okay. All right, good. So now that dog, oh no, that's bad. Now that the dog ended up going away, okay, this actually, I'm gonna try and salvage this. I am improvising. This is
As the goddess
not
wills.
planned.
Our warriors
Please go away.
have engaged
Please go away.
the enemy.
Please go away. Okay. All right, we might be okay.
Pray for
Our time is short.
Yeah, I think we're okay.
My
Okay.
strength
All right.
is yours.
Breath of Relief, and then Illidan here with spiders. Okay, Illidan got boxed out because I was scared that I would have to backload. No problem.
$3,000 to go on
bring
Archimond.
Illidan over. Turn in the mana potion. Hang on. And then I'm going to buy 3 health potions for a little bit of safety. It's not over yet. I'm boxed in. Okay, they de-aggroed. I'm gonna have to kill 1 skeleton. All right, come on.
Our sacred grove is being
Okay,
desecrated.
all right, we're through.
Our warriors
Okay,
have
we're through.
engaged the enemy.
Oh no! Oh no! That was bad. That was very bad. Okay. I might be able to salvage this. I have to kill that dog.
Our sacred
Okay,
grove
this is gonna be a little
desecrated.
bit slow, but I think we should be okay. Hang on, I have to make sure that this is okay. Okay, please die. No, don't attack him! Run! Run! No! No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Okay, upgrades.
Nearby.
Okay, all right, we're okay. He went away.
Dare speak
Okay.
to me.
Illidan, stop, go away.
Hardly a challenge.
I'm gonna run in a circle. Nope,
Is
no, I'm
that
not.
all?
All right, stay there, Illidan. Okay. I'm trying to think. I think this is okay. Wait, what? What is he doing there? Okay, so I'm going to improvise. I've never done this before. I'm sorry. This is.
You dare speak to me.
Come here. I've never.
grow
No, 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 no. Stay away from the ballista.
Your building is
Our
complete.
sacred grove is being desecrated.
I just need him far enough away.
You dare
Okay, all right, I think that's
speak to
enough.
me.
All right,
Evil
sorry.
draws close.
Okay. All right, and then we're gonna go up here. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm actually carving into these trees at really specific
Our sacred
spots.
grove is
It's
being
incredibly
desecrated.
important that these are at specific spots. Okay, this is good though.
Demons nearby.
Okay. So unfortunately, I lost my army, so I might not be able to show off a really cool strat, but I think I might go for it anyway because I'm crazy. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do
Our
it.
warriors have engaged the enemy.
Worst comes to worst.
Research finished.
What I'll do is I will set up a backup save here, and
Our sacred
hopefully
grove
that is
being
good.
desecrated.
Hopefully that's good. Okay. And then taking down this tree here. Okay, cool. So I am cutting out these trees because before we're allowed to actually go and fight the big scary demon dude, Deuterino, we have to actually take down this demon gate. However,
sacred grove
these
is being
demons here
desecrated.
actually have a
Speak
phobia
to
of
me.
trees.
Is that
so
all?
what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to
Hardly
try
a
and sneak it in here, in here.
Draws close. Easily.
Okay.
Our
And
warriors
yes,
have
okay, good,
engaged
good,
the
good.
enemy.
So the catapult looks like he's in a good spot. I'm gonna use one of the safety health potions. I really don't want to use any more than one. And then I'm going to run Illidan back here, and he's gonna hide.
Easily.
And they're gonna run away. Yep, there they go. Uh-oh. Oh no, they're attacking the ballista. That's
Our
bad.
sacred grove is
Okay.
being desecrated.
I will do my best. This might not be salvageable. Hang on, what if I do this?
Are there demons nearby?
Nope, that didn't work. Okay, so here we go.
that
So it's
all?
Illidan and a dream to take down this gate. I'm going to micro
sacred
around
grove is being
using
desecrated.
orb walking and trying to confuse this infernal. You have to go back and forth like that. So here is another Deuterino.
Hardly a challenge.
Oh no, there's 3 on him. I don't think this is possible. Yeah, we're backloading. We're backloading. Okay. Let me think. Let me think really quickly. I might have to restart the mission. If so, that's okay. It just buys us more time. Daredevil, why don't you read off like 2 to 3 donations while I think about my possibilities?
Well, before I do that, I have some good news for you, Muffin, because we met the Archimond incentive!
Wow! All right. Okay.
Our sacred
Fantastic.
grove is
Right
being
before the
desecrated.
start of the mission as well. That's incredible. Thank you guys
Our warriors
so
have
much.
engaged the
It's gonna be great. It's great.
I grow impatient.
Oh no. Oh, that's bad. All right. So I have to backload. Wow. Thank you guys so much. Oh my god. All right. I'm sorry. I'm like
sacred grove is
frantically
being
trying to think about my options here. I think
Our
maybe if I
warriors
cut
have
1 tree
engaged the
higher,
enemy.
I might be able to do this.
I'm
No, get
blind,
Illidan
not
out of
deaf.
there. Go away. Go away. He did not go away. Okay. I'm going to load the backup then, and we're going to try something else.
Our
Okay.
warriors
I
have
have
been
an idea.
desecrated.
I have an idea. So I think I messed up my tree cutting. So what I am going to do is we're going to cut down this tree, and we're going to cut up this. Oh wait, maybe can I sneak through that? Oh, I might be able to. Okay, so we'll do this.
Our sacred
Okay.
grove
All
is
right,
being
I think I
desecrated.
might be able to just barely salvage this. No, that was not a bear pun. Okay. Yes. Okay.
I grow
All
impatient.
right. That looks like a good spot.
easily.
All right, I'm going for it.
Is that
Good luck,
all?
Muffin.
Yo, thank you. All
Hardly
right, here we go.
challenge.
So here, I'm gonna bring
Is that all?
Illidan over
Our
to
sacred
try
grove is
and
being
drag some of these units down. What I
Hardest
don't
move
want
to
is
adapt.
these units to aggro with
These
these guys
paltry
here
demons
on the
will not
gate.
prevent me
Because I
from
think if they
putting
do, it increases the probability that
at
they are
all.
going to go and start attacking the
Hardly challenge.
catapult. So I brought Illidan a little bit further over to the left.
Our sacred grove
Oh no,
is
there
being
goes the Fellhound
desecrated.
again. No, stay away, dude. All right. What can I do here? I actually have no idea. Hang on, I want to try something.
I'm blind, not deaf.
No, that didn't work.
Challenge.
No, that definitely didn't work.
Our warriors have engaged the
Okay.
enemy.
This has never happened
Hardly a
before.
challenge.
Oh, this is good. All right, this is good.
Easily.
I might be able to do this.
You'll regret approaching me. Evil
Right.
draws close.
Wooga.
Easily.
You can't catch me. All right, they de-aggroed, so I keep going.
Vengeance is mine.
All right, go up. Go up. Bring him to the choke.
Approaching me. Is
All right.
that all?
Yeah, that's right. I'm not the one choking this run. And one more hit.
Draw.
All right, we got it. And we have one health potion, so I think that's enough.
Is that all?
Okay, and yes, there's the cutscene. All right, and there we go. Okay, now we have a super powerful Illidan. Woo! Okay, I only have one health potion, so this is not over yet. Usually I need 1 to 2, so we'll see what ends up happening here. But there, I'm going to aggro Tichondrius, and then I'm going to bring him back. Nice, he didn't summon Infernals. Yes, okay, great. Yes. Okay, this is good. Okay, all right, I think I did it. I think I got it. Ooh, okay. All right. Okay. Calm down, Twitch chat. It's okay. It's all right. We made it. This is the amazing thing, though, in like RTS like speedrunning, though, is that like these moments like happen all the time, and like being able to improvise, especially in a marathon setting, is incredibly stressful. All right, but oh boy. Oh boy. All right. Here we go. Mission number 7. Okay. There's a lot of stuff to explain on this mission now, especially because we're killing Archimon. So I'm going to start talking and probably not stop for a bit. So there, what I did was, it was incredibly important. I just immediately started mashing escape in order to stop dialogue. Then immediately I'm going to be building trees of life incredibly quickly. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up killing a bunch of units that are unnecessary, just simply because Warcraft 3 is something known as an upkeep
shall
system.
be done.
So after I get to 41 supply and higher in units built, every unit has a supply amount that they take
shall
up.
be done.
What'll end up happening is I end up receiving less gold each time I earn gold from a gold mine source itself. So it is incredibly important that I actually end up staying at that 40 econ for as long as I can as possible. Yeah, Mike, I see you.
Tyrande, the undead have begun
Okay,
to
all right, sounds good.
construct a new
So
settlement.
that being said,
won't be
what I'm
long
going to
before they
do
start
in order to
attacking
kill
our
Archimon,
allies.
we need a lot of money. So I am going to be taking out units and building wisps in order to be able to stay under that 40 supply amount. Then next up is I am going to be moving wisps over in order to set them up to be able to build a bunch of structures that are going to be really important. Actually, I can just say it. The way we're going to be killing Archimon is by using a bunch of ballistae. And we saw how well that went in the last mission, so I can't wait to see
allies' town needs
what
help.
immediate
I await
crisis
your
that I'm
command.
going to come across as I end up trying to
undead
do
are
this
attacking.
live for
Send
you
help.
all here at GDQ.
Insufficient gold. Insufficient
But here
gold.
in this shop, we actually end up getting to, the capability of purchasing goblin landmines, which we are also going to use. So normally the strat in this mission, actually I can just summon an owl and show off this base, is right at the start of the mission, we would like run Tyrande down and end up causing her to lay a bunch of mines to destroy all these structures and all of the acolytes. If you do this, what'll end up happening is it soft locks the enemy's AI from being capable of actually producing more army units. And so the spawns that actually normally like
Insufficient gold.
warp in and such those also end up getting canceled out as well. Just counting really quick. 1, 2, 3. Great. Counting is really hard. That's why you need to stay in school,
Where
kids.
shall I strike?
Your
Public service muffin. Then I'm going to be selling items that I don't actually end up needing in order to buy these invulnerability potions, which we're going to use for marathon safety. Next, I'm going to be leveling up Force of Nature and Entangling Roots for just a little bit of safety, actually. Honestly, we don't need them, but they help. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to intentionally destroy Jaina's castle. And the effect that this ends up bringing about for the mission itself, as this Tree of Life was a little bit too far away, is it'll end up causing Archimond as well as a new undead base to end up spawning here in this area. And so because of that, we are instead going to destroy all the structures at this base and soft lock the enemy AI over here. And I will explain exactly why once we get there.
Your building.
But here we go. We have our second gold mine done. So we're going to be doubling our gold economy there.
Yep, I am back.
By putting the wisps in there. And yeah. Is that you, Daredevil?
By Elune.
No, okay.
Sleep.
You're back.
My senses. It shall be done.
Oh. Daredevil, are you with me? Or just checking. Okay. As we figure this out, no worries. There is plenty of stuff to do. So what I'm going to end up doing here, okay, thanks, Mike, is I am going to end up building a bunch of Ancients of, there we go, Ancients of War, which is going to be the structure that we end up building Ballista out of. Okay, great. Okay, so there is the Ballista. We're a little bit slow here, but that's okay. A little bit slow. No worries.
Someone threatens the wild.
I'm not worried. I'm never worried. Okay. Here
Here
we go. And then buying a second potion of vulnerability for, once again, a little bit of marathon safety. And then we're going to just start attacking Jaina's castle in order to be able to, bring its health down a little bit. Okay, great. There is our second catapult there. And then upgrading, yes, the improved strength of the moon, because that's going to increase, you guessed it, the ballista's ability to lay down the hurt. Then what I'm going to do is summon one more wisp down here to build a bunch of moon wells, which is going to be useful a little bit later on, which will come apparent once we actually get to that part of the mission. I want to make sure I keep these stacks at 2 or less so that they are constantly coming off of cooldown.
Something is
as I sell these boots. And great, okay, so our inventory is full on mines, which is the intended thing to do. And we're gonna set up this hotkey. All right, okay, so there is the Lich party that's coming into this base now. And while this is attacking, I'm going to start destroying Jaina's castle. The other thing to explain is that the main reason why I waited so long to destroy Jaina's castle is that once I destroy this, and right before the Liches end up starting moving out and getting some stitches, when I destroy this castle, it'll actually immediately trigger Archimond and this entire undead base to come over here. So here I'm going to quick save. I'm actually just gonna set up a safety save because there's some RNG involved. And now the next few moments are crucial. So here, what I'm going to do immediately after my units are teleported back, I'm going to bring these units up, tell them to hold position, start some moon wells, and then I'm going to unload this, move this over, and do this, and go in. Okay, here we go. So 1, 2, 3, shift click this. All right, go. So now that Tyrande is invulnerable, what I'm going to do is lay down these mines. And because Tyrande is invulnerable, this also means that she cannot be targeted. So here it is going to be incredibly important that they attack the mines. Please, please, please. Oh no, they're attacking Tyrande. Oh, just barely died. Yeah, I'm going to backload. This is actually worth it by like a few seconds. And because I just want to show what this looks like when it's done correctly. So laying 3 mines there, right at the start, is going to be intentional in order to get the Lich to die. Then, nice. actually pretty good RNG-wise. With the Dreadlord coming down. Okay, activate. Yeah, okay, destroy the Necropolis. One more. And no acolytes. All right, good, we got it. Okay, first wave done. So next, immediately, what I'm going to do is bring Furion up to lay down a bunch of mines at this guy's feet, and then I'm going to lay a bunch more down. The reason why it's incredibly important that I cast that spell there. Oh, no. Come back over here. Back down here. Come back down here. And explode on the mine. Great. Okay, now get out of there. Run. No, Archimond. Okay, so I'm gonna have to take an engagement. Okay, I can do this. I'm gonna quick save because I can do this. So because he didn't die to the mines there, he's actually gonna come out of his base. So what I'm going to do is summon a bunch of trees, which are very spooky, and he's going to draw all the aggro, and then bring my few ballistae. As I move into low upkeep, so I'm going to get reduced gold from my structures. Oh, yep, back up, root. All right, and we got it. Okay. So now I'm just going to double check. Yep, all enemy structures are dead. All allied structures are dead. So we can begin the process of taking down this demigod, okay? 3,475 health. Tarant has 800, all right? Jurian has 1,000. He has 3 to 4 times the health. He has divine armor, which is 95% damage reduction. 95% damage reduction. 95%, okay? So the way we're going to end up doing this is he has a stuck position. And you've heard me bring this up a few times about aggro priority and aggro triggers. Whenever you attack an enemy, it causes them to aggro onto your units and then make the decision of how far and how long they end up following the units. In the first level, the Paladin would follow for about 5 seconds, all right? Archimond here, his aggro trigger lasts for less than a second, okay? Because I am not in the enemy base, and because I am staying just barely above this tiny little invisible line, he will de-aggro almost instantaneously and end up starting to run back upwards, okay? So as long as I stay outside of this aggro trigger and stack a bunch of these ballistae up, what'll end up happening is they will be able to attack him, and then he runs back down. However, it is not over yet. The scariest part is that Archimond has an Ankh of Resurrection. So if you're familiar with this item from multiplayer, in the many custom games of Warcraft 3 that actually end up using this item in the games itself, what'll happen is he'll respawn with a percentage of his health.
Can I help you?
And when he respawns, it changes how his aggro priorities end up working. So it becomes incredibly terrifying. And so the way I'm going to end up circumnavigating this is, as he is going through the process of resurrecting, he's not allowed to attack or move or anything like that. A little tombstone will appear, and he'll just kind of like stand there and do nothing. So what this means for me is that I have like 5 seconds or so to lay down as many of these trip mines as possible on the ground. So he respawns, and then I blow him up. So this might take a few attempts because it takes somewhere around how many? It's about 8. It's about 6 to 8 stacks of these. So somewhere between, oh boy, caster math, 18 and like 24, about 24 mines. And I have 5 seconds to lay those all down. But until then, as you can see, it's going to be quite a journey. So I'm using Roar to give them 25% bonus damage. And then I have True Shot RL level 3, which gives them 30% bonus damage. Almost all of which is mitigated by his divine armor. But that being said, Daredevil, as I am so excited that this donation incentive got met, why don't we go ahead and read off, why don't we say 5 donations before I start explaining some other stuff?
All right. Well, I just so happen to have a donation for $25 from Archimond. Wahaha, puny muffin. You and your little elves will never be able to defeat me, as I am Archimonde, and I like to eat cupcakes.
Well, it's a good thing I'm a muffin and not a cupcake. Boom, nailed him. All right, next one.
We have $10 from Afriti, one of our mods here at Awesome Games Done Quick 2021. All the love to my fellow volunteers on the mod squad. Heart. Also, CovertMuffin, you're amazing. We have $100 from Scoot Puff, who says, don't read this comment. Oh, oops. We have $10 from Quiet JP. Hey, CovertMuffin, glad to catch you live. Saw the other runs on YouTube, and I love your personality. I had to donate for one of my favorite games of all time. Here's $10 for your laughter.
As the goddess
Where
wills.
shall I strike?
There you go. That one's for you.
At once.
Keep going, Daryl. Why don't we say two more?
All right, we have $100 from Pocket Evil, donating for both Archimonde and Mario Run. My mother and grandmother are both cancer survivors, so I appreciate the work PCF does. Thanks again for a great GDQ. Shout out to Frizzy08.
Anudora.
All right, one more.
We have $25 from Snaily Syrup, CovertMuffin, a part of a healthy, balanced breakfast. Good luck on the run.
Thank you so much. Yeah, good luck indeed. I can't believe I was able to bring it back on that mission 6. I can't, like, having the gate with like over a third health and having the catapult die on that is quite unfortunate, but we're able to get there. So here, something to explain is that these moonwells I have positioned in order to get the Druid of the Claws energy back. But here I will actually want to give a major shout out to a runner whose screen name is 1826. Clap, 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 clap. 1826 actually sent me a video on this setup himself. I didn't come up with this setup myself, and this is why I love speedrunning at these marathons, especially, is because I get to bring all of the hard work and the absolutely genius ideas that runners in these various communities end up coming up with. Because, like, I'm not coming up with all this stuff on scratch. It truly is, just like science, a collaborative effort. And without 1826, I don't think I would have been able to do this incentive myself otherwise. So major shout outs to you, 1826, if you're watching.
I'm awake.
Also, because it's nighttime, it's important that I have Tehran here on a patrol. If I do that, she'll actually end up hiding using the Shadow Sneak ability, or the Shadow Meld ability, excuse me. And that causes her True Shot aura to actually stop. So in order to be able to make sure that I'm getting that optimal damage out consistently, I want to make sure that that is still going. Okay, cool. So now that Archimonde is about halfway down with health, what I'm going to do is actually destroy this barrier for my setup to be able to lay down a bunch of these mines. So as I mentioned, after we actually end up taking Archimonde down, it's going to change how his aggro priorities actually end up working in the beautiful trigger-based system that is Warcraft 3. So after he resurrects, he'll actually end up like going a little bit further, so it takes him a little bit longer to run back to his checkpoint spot, which is right here. So he'll attack, he'll summon a bunch of Infernals, like 3 of them. He'll summon a bunch of those big Doom Guards that was killing Illidan in Mission 6. And so much more, and so much more. And then he has the Deathfinger to instantly kill. And then his primary attack is this big splash attack damage, which will end up like 3-shotting these Ballistae, if not 2-shotting them, right? Because that's chaos damage, so it bypasses like all armor. Oh my goodness. So it's incredibly crucial that I not only lay down a bunch of mines, but I move the Ballistae forward in order to be able to get that attack happening as soon as possible. Because I have to do things with the setup in a very, very, very short time span. Okay.
Our time is short.
So up here, once again, I'm just making sure that I'm continuing to buy mines. It looks like we only need one more set. If I run out of time, I can just take this stack of 1. But I think I was good enough for buying them that they'll run. I really need Furion to be right here. This is my visual cue for the spot. by about, I want to say 150 health, and then at 105 health, nearly exactly, is when I'm going to run Furion down and use a shift-click system to be able to stack a bunch of commands all in a row that are going to be laid out in a near instantaneous fashion. So that being said, it takes about, I forget exactly how long, like 10 to 20 seconds. No, a bit longer than that. Like 20, 30, 40 seconds to deal 100 health. So why don't we say we have time for three more donations, Daredevil, and then I'll take it back.
All right. I have $20 from a goblin merchant.
I've got the best deals anywhere.
Good. Well done.
We have $1,000 from BS Whites. No
Wow,
comment, but thank you very much. I hope I pronounced that correctly. We have $50 from Media. First-time donator. My partner was diagnosed with cancer years ago and had to undergo radiation therapy. Playing Warcraft together was one of the few ways we were able to distract ourselves and have fun during that dark time when he couldn't get out of bed. Thanks to CovertMuffin for the incredible run, and GDQ for supporting such an incredible cause. Archimon incentive was met, so let's put this towards the blindfolded Super Mario 64 bonus.
Yeah, sounds like a great plan. Thank you so much once again. I'm so glad I get to show this off. Like, Archimon to me, especially as a kid, because Warcraft 3 has so much nostalgia and really was like something sort of revolutionary to me as a child, because it was like really the first instance where I found diving into the mechanics of a game, which was Dota All-Stars, as well as the tower defense games and other hero arenas, was really inspirational to me, that like video games could be something rewarding in their own right, to put a lot of time and energy in order to enrich my life. So thank you so much, Blizzard. I really appreciate everything you guys do, and I'm so happy that we were able to bring Warcraft 3 back to another event. But here we go. Here is going to be the finale itself. I am going to save right here. Okay, so we're going to bring Tyrande over and tell her to hold position. And then I'm going to run Malfurion down and start shift clicking incredibly fast. So here he's going to come up because I actually ended up entering his base. Okay, and then he's going to die. Okay, hang on. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I got him. And yeah, there go the mines. All right, here come all the summons out. And the mines should take him down. Right. There we go. And Archimon's dead.
Thank you all so much for your generous donations.
Yeah, thank you guys. And that's time, by the way. Oh, awesome. I'm so glad I got to show that off. I can't believe we made that happen. Thank you guys so much. As some closing remarks, continue to donate. This is the final weekend of the event, so you only have a couple more days to get those donations in. Prevent Cancer Foundation is amazing. We have so many amazing speedruns to unlock as well as to showcase. Major thanks to GDQ for bringing us back, and major shout outs to two runners in particular, Savasuka and Sajiki. Savasuka was really instrumental in me learning each of these campaigns. He actually typed up pages and pages and pages of notes and worked with me to figure out strats, as well as Blast Report has been really instrumental in each of these performances. Sajiki, who I know from the Jedi Knight Academy speedrunning community, ran Human Campaign at AGDQ 2018. Definitely go and watch that. Human Campaign was an awesome run, and I was on couch for that. And I would not have started speedrunning Warcraft 3 if it wasn't for him. So major thanks to you guys. I hope you have fun, stay hype, and enjoy the rest of the marathon. Thank you.
And thank you, CovertMuffin. What an awesome run. It sure did get tight there for a little bit during, I think, Mission 6 was it. But yeah, you pulled through. We got the Archimon incentive. Thank you all again for your generous donations. That was amazing. We have $95 from Library Nerd. Here's $1 for every percentage point of damage reduction. Keep up the good work. We have $10 from Young Wizard. Let's get that blindfolded run. Stay wholesome, Muffin. And this would indeed be a very good time to remind all of you that we do still have plenty of incentives coming right up. We have our Kill Sephiroth with Braver incentive, which we have raised $6,000 for so far, but we have $11,000 to go for that incentive. We also have our next bonus game, which is a blindfolded 16-star run of Super Mario 64. We have raised just over $50,000, but we still have $200,000 to go. So if y'all can get that Archimon incentive, I trust in y'all Twitch chat. Make sure you put your donations towards those two incentives, or any of our other incentives, which you can find out on our public tracker page. We have $50 from Joyful Pocket Ninja. Blindfolded Mario? I need to see this. Here's a little something to help GDQ continue a little longer. We have an anonymous $10 donation. Donation train ×2 for me and my wife, her dad, and my uncle, my dad's twin brother, died from leukemia. I was my uncle's bone marrow transplant buddy. I can't wait till we kick cancer's butt and no one has to lose someone ever again. Well, awesome job, Anonymous, on donating that bone marrow. As a stem cell donor myself, I salute you. We have $20 from Daniel Remar. What do you get when you tell Arthas a bad pun? A frozen groan. And with that donation, that is going to do it for me hosting here at Awesome Games Done Quick 2021 online. I am actually going to head over to the GDQ studio and be all stream tech for the next 6 hours. And in the meantime, here is a word from our sponsors.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Awesome Games Done Quick 2021 online, powered by Twitch. So good to be here. I am the Kyle Thomas, An honor to be back hosting for you all today. What an amazing Warcraft 3 run that was. So great. We have so much love pouring in for all of the run and all of the wonderful things. I've got a donation for $20 here from Eris. It says, gotta get a donation in for Warcraft 3 and Final Fantasy 7, two of my favorites of all time. Big props to CovertMuffin for a great run and keeping such amazing energy. Your enjoyment makes my enjoyment better. Let's get that Archimond kill. Oh, and for the Horde! Oh, as an Alliance player, that hurt me to say, but you gotta read it. You gotta read it. All right, we have got an interview with Kung Fu Fruit Cup and Claire Lynn D about The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. Real excited to hear what they have to say. Over to you, Fu.
Well, thank you, Kyle. Big appreciation. Hi, so I am Kung Fu Fruit Cup here with you all once again. I am joined by the awesome Claire Lynn D, who's getting ready to do the upcoming Majora's Mask run. This is an 80% run. How are you doing, Claire?
I'm doing great. How are you?
That's good to hear. I'm good. I definitely don't sleep really late. Everything's fine. My sleep schedule is great.
Yeah, sure.
So first and foremost, I had a question that I wanted to start with because it was similar to something that I was curious about.
Okay.
In terms of this run, this is Majora's Mask any percent, and we all know that any percent has had some really big changes in the last year. So there's somebody who had a question that says it's LT at LT Reverence asks, do you like the new any percent with the credits warp, or would you prefer a more active any percent that had more gameplay and less SRM? Two things. One, love for you to answer that. Well, I don't know. There's just one thing. Can you explain SRM?
So I won't go too in depth because
what it means, you know.
Yeah, SRM, it stands for stale reference manipulation. It's basically just like a really powerful glitch that lets you like manually change things in like the game's code. Like you can like manipulate what items are in chests or like wrong warp to different places by going into a grotto. Like it's like kind of an all-encompassing glitch. Like it's so powerful that it has caused these splits in like every single category for both Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been pretty crazy. It is a crazy glitch. And to answer the question of what do I prefer, I think a lot of the SRM categories, especially like any percent, and recently I've been running 100% no source requirements. Those runs use a lot of SRM and like even arbitrary code execution. And I think those runs are really cool for like showcases. Like it's cool to show that these things are things that can happen. But like as far as like personally what I enjoy with speedrunning, it's not something that I like to do a lot, but I flip-flop a lot with all the different things that I do. So
yeah, no, it totally makes sense. I understand like there's some people who enjoy, I mean, some people want to run a game so they can actually feel like they're playing more of the game and not just kind of like breaking it to the point where it's like it just doesn't feel like it's even that game anymore. So I understand. I can totally see both cases. Also, it's faster on the other end, which is really cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
and it's like a really cool, it's a cool glitch. And
yeah,
you'll see in any percent just how broken it can be.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's all I'll say for now is SRM, crazy glitch. It's really cool. And there are some categories that use it that are really cool. Any percent is definitely a really cool showcase run. Grinding that run is not exactly the most fun thing to do, but
yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that. Well, I think it's going to go amazing and I can't wait to watch that. When it comes to actually like all of that being found and incorporated, can you tell us a bit about that? And as an aside, I'd love to hear about some of the things that you've helped develop for Majora's Mask, like Ocarina of Time, things like that.
Yeah. So while I haven't really found any like new SRM applications, that's kind of, it really gets more into like actually coding and stuff, which I don't have a degree for that or anything, so I don't know anything about that. But as far as like finding setups for like different items, warps, and even just like setups for new sequence breaks and stuff, like I've helped with some of that stuff. And I really enjoy that and routing personally a lot. which is why randomizer even is really fun to do sometimes, just for like the routing part.
So would you say that like you like to take the things that like the kind of mechanics that people are finding and just test them out everywhere?
Yeah, definitely. As soon as there's a new glitch, I love just like testing it everywhere and seeing every single application that I can find for it. Even if it's not really fast for speedruns, like new glitches are always fun to do.
Right. You just want to play around with them. And I know that you've been running Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time for a long time. Do you want to just talk a little bit about your history with that?
Yeah, so I've been running both games off and on for about 7-ish years now. And that's a long time as far as speedrunning is concerned. I've seen a lot of changes in both of these games, and it's been really cool to just like see the progression, all the people coming and going. You know, you get to make lots of friends in both the communities. It's a lot of fun in that way. And just like I really love doing like all the different categories of the games because I just like love these games a lot. And I think that there's so many unique and fun ways to play them that I still have yet to really get bored with it.
I agree. I mean, I'm just a super casual when it comes to Zelda games. I love watching the speedruns, but I'm like, I don't know, I can just play normally, like over and over. So
Yeah.
I understand. But there's like so much variety with like randomizers and all of that stuff that it's always fun. It's just always fun. That's what Zelda is. I wanted to go back to social media for a little bit. There's a question from Ragna's side, and I wonder, I'm very curious about your thoughts on this. They say, since SRM has been the biggest breakthrough in speedrunning in recent history, what do you think will be the next breakthrough for speedrunning in general? I feel like that's hard to answer.
That is a very interesting question to ask because as far as like Zelda 64 specifically, I think really for MM, any way to like get out of being Deku in first cycle and like skipping all those cutscenes, that would be probably the biggest break left. The thing about these games is you never know where the limits are. So even though Ocarina of Time, any percent is at like 7 minutes, I mean, there could be another thing found that makes it like 5. Like, you know, it's just, you really, it's so insane. Like even before SRM, like it kind of felt like these games were pretty much solved and then they just get broken wide open again. So, you know, SRM may be a huge glitch, but you can really never know what the next like big break is or where it's going to come from. So yeah, I'm not sure what the next big break is, but I would really like first cycle skip a lot.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with that. It makes sense. I mean, you just sit there and be like, okay, I'm a Deku. I'm waiting for like, let's get to
yeah, for sure.
Hurry up, refresh. Okay, now we can do stuff. Like, I understand that. Okay, I'm gonna have to let you go, but really quickly before we go, I'm really curious to this as well. At Quirky Squid 13 asks, "What's your favorite song from the Majora's Mask soundtrack?" Because there's a lot.
So, man, there's so many good ones. I really like the Observatory, which you're gonna get to hear in the Any Percent run. So, good for you. And also, I really like the Milk Bar. The Milk Bar is really fun. I like Third Day of Clocktown a lot. I like how the Clocktown like changes on every single day. I think that's really cool. You'd think you get tired of this music after so long, but like every now and then I'll just like, it'll click in my head and I'll be like, I love this song. I love it every time I come here.
Yeah, I'd say Clocktown and Song of Healing is like my faves.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm so excited about your run. Next up, we have Final Fantasy VII, which is going to be, this lineup of games this evening is going to be amazing. I'll be back soon talking about them in the daily recap. You can bet on that. It's going to be super fun. But everybody, please get excited for Claire Lynn's upcoming Majora's Mask Any Percent run. You can see just how broken this game is. It will be coming right before Super Mario 64, which is going to be blindfolded. So again, so many amazing runs this evening. Make sure that you stick around and catch them all, okay? We will be back soon. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I am heading it on back to Kyle.
Thank you so much, Kung Fu Fruit Cup. What an interesting interview. I always love hearing about tech and all the cool things that all these runners find in these games. I showed up after that Archimon kill to I don't know, 450,000 donations. It's innumerable. I can't even count them. So much love for CovertMuffin, so much love for Warcraft, so much love for everything. I wish I could read them all. I'm going to read just a little sample of them so you can get a little flavor of how much love everybody had. We had $500 from Cold Candor. This says muffins are greater than demons. Very true and obviously demonstrated. I've got $250 from Anonymous says donated because I need more CovertMuffin. We all do. Mello gave $10. One of our fellow Mellos says CovertMuffin is one of the kindest, most inspiring people I've ever had the pleasure of meeting at a GDQ event. He inspired me to keep trying when I had nearly given up on becoming a GDQ host. Thank you, Muffin. And thank you, Daredevil, for all the support you give to the community as well. Can we get a bunch of GDQ hearts in the chat for both of them? Mello, you're the sweetest. Thank you for that donation.